how to identify novations and set us up for success. The most important factor with a novation deal is having a motivated seller. They want to sell, they need to sell, they're typically looking for a cash offer, and they keep running into dead ends because maybe their property is in a smaller town where there aren't a lot of investors or cash buyers. Maybe the property isn't in shambles, right? It could be perfectly remodeled or just livable and decent, but it's not a fit for a full renovation in a cash offer, off-market wholesale deal. But the seller does still want to sell, and there is some flexibility. They have problems to solve. Okay, we do these in small towns, big cities. The only ones that are kind of tough is if it's in the middle of nowhere and the house is a piece of crap. That's kind of a tough one because there's not really a buyer for that. We've made deals work that would never ever work for an off-market wholesale deal. Now, the best way to handle it is when you get a property that is in a smaller town, or you see it is newer, in nicer condition, or maybe it's at a higher price point than you're used to dealing with, $500,000 plus, $1 million plus. You want to do a really thorough consultative approach discovery call. You want to just gather all the basic information. When are they looking to get the transaction complete? Are they living in the property? Get all the details about the kitchen, the flooring, the roof, the heating and cooling system, the plumbing and electrical, any recent updates, anything that may need to be fixed, all the normal stuff that we do on a discovery call. And you want to leave them waiting for a final decision. Okay, please don't tell them about novations. Don't tell them about us. You're going to ruin the surprise. All right, so I'll even give you a line. And here's a little phrasing that you can use. Hey, Mrs. Seller, I really appreciate you sharing all this information with me. I'm going to pass everything over to the decision makers on my team. Now, we are looking at quite a few properties right now. It may be a day or two before I can get back to you, but if it's approved, I'll have a formal written offer we can go over together. And if for whatever reason, if it's not a match, I can at least let you know why, try to be helpful and point you in the right direction. Sound fair? And then boom, go to novationjv.com, submit all the info there. Someone from my team is going to reach out to you directly, not the seller, and we'll ask any questions that we may need. We're going to show you exactly how to connect us with the seller on three-way. We'll give you a warm handoff script and tell you exactly what to say, and we take it over fully from there. So you get 40% just for connecting us with the seller. We do the work, you get paid. There are certain instances where we need to spend money on these deals. Maybe we got to help the seller move. Maybe we have to clean the place out. Maybe there's some repairs for inspections that have to be paid up front. Okay, you have the option here. Okay, you can split them 50-50 with us, or I'll pay the full amount. If you don't want to put any money in on these, it's totally fine. I pay the full amount, but I just get my money plus my money back. So the seller needs $2,000 to move. We either split it $1,000, or I'll put the full $2,000 in, and I just get $4,000 back at closing just to account for my risk. Doesn't happen often, but I have lost money on these deals, so just fair warning, if you put your money in, it's not 100% guarantee, just like everything in life. But we are conservative on what we spend money on, and normally it's something that has to be done to get the deal done. So, but it's totally up to you. Doesn't matter to me, either way what you decide. Definitely though, keep us in mind. We want to be your easy button for novations. These are deals that you're already paying for the leads for. This is just a new way for you to monetize them without having to learn anything new or do any extra work. Okay, this is just a almost passive stream of income for your business. So appreciate it. I hope we can have a long-term relationship where we do lots of deals and make lots of money together.